Hello and welcome to Trivia with Opinions. I'm your host, Joey Brovant, and this is a trivia show with a twist. Each week, we'll bring on two guests to compete through a series of trivia questions. The twist is that some of those trivia questions are opinion-based. That means you'll have to answer based on my opinions. Good luck, and let's get to it. All right. We've got two fabulous guests today for an NFL edition of Trivia with Opinions. I'll let them introduce themselves. We have Valera, or Val.
Hey. What's good?
And
I'm
we
Val.
And we have Luis Dunn. Luis, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good, man. Thank you for having me on the show. Definitely looking forward to going head-to-head with Val here, and really just looking to take this dub tonight.
Okay. You feeling confident, it sounds.
I don't know about confident. I don't know if I'm ever confident, but I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. All right, well, we're going to get started here in just a second. How well versed is your guys' NFL knowledge, would you say?
I would say I'm ready to get exposed on how little I actually know about NFL.
Me too.
All right. I get that. So
I feel like I know a lot, but who knows? We'll
It's
see.
interesting though because it's very subjective. Like I sometimes I feel like I know a lot, but then I look at my fantasy team and I get absolutely demolished or something like that.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I'm repping my favorite team, the Carolina Panthers. We all cheer for different teams here. Luis, what's your favorite team?
Big Steelers man myself.
Big Steelers fan. And
Yes,
Valera, a hometown hero.
Go Birds, all the way.
Which
Go
birds?
Yeah,
Falcons. That is true. That's
Go
true.
Birds, go
I
Birds.
mean, the Eagles don't really say like birds. Like
Yeah,
I
they
don't
say
think
they say they're fly, Eagles fly.
Yeah.
And then there's
Well, there's another birds team though, isn't there?
yeah, the Seahawks
The
Seahawks.
That's right.
and the
I don't think
Cardinals.
They say birds either.
And the Cardinals. What's up with all these birds?
They're
And they're
running
just
out of
uncreative.
animals. They're running out of
Yeah.
animals. All right, so we're gonna hop in. This first one is going to be.
I'm nervous.
We got to
I'm
go through
nervous
the
also.
classic Kahoot intro. Trivia with Opinions NFL edition. It's going to be exciting. A 3, a 2, a 1. True or false question. The NFL is America's sport. Yeah,
You're a genius.
that's an easy true. Easy true. If you disagree with that, you're probably a baseball fan. But I don't know. I don't think that's even questionable.
I feel like
Baseball is Baseball just made it back into the Olympics.
Baseball is 100.
Like
Baseball is 100% American sport.
no, it's an American
know,
sport,
bro.
but
I mean,
but it's not America's sport like it used to be. It's like the old saying, like people used to say about baseball that it's like America's sport, But I think it's really football now because like it's pretty much the only place you can play it. At very least, it's North America's sport. You can only really play it in Canada and here.
Yeah, I feel like baseball is like a world sport, though. I mean, they have baseball in every country. It seems
Oh
like.
yeah,
And
Asia
a lot
loves
of the best,
baseball.
yeah, and a lot of the best baseball players who come in to play in the Major League Baseball is like from Cuba and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
Cuba,
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, a lot of good players. It's really like and football is one of those sports where like if you're an out of the country player, you were just an insane athlete. Like you weren't playing football in your youth. You were playing rugby or you were playing soccer or football, but you didn't get good at football until you came here. All right, let's roll into question 2. It's a first quiz question. How many Super Bowls have the Packers won? 3, 4, 6, or 7?
Oh my goodness, I messed up.
Uh-oh.
Oh
I
no.
don't think I got it right.
Oh, nobody gets it right.
Definitely
Both
4.
going with 6. Very
It's
bold.
definitely
Four. It's probably 4.
Very bold.
Because I forgot Steelers won, or the Pats won 6.
Yes, the Pats have indeed won 6.
Oh, that's so dumb.
If you're in the chat, feel free to play along. This is an intense showdown of football wits we've got here. Luis in the lead with 980 points. Val right behind him with 974. Anybody's
that's a
game
game.
still. Yeah,
That's
6-point game, guys. 6-point game.
That's
We're going into another
embarrassing.
quiz question. How many Super Bowl wins do the 49ers have? 5, 3, 7, or 6? Oh, we've got
easy.
one right, one wrong.
Dang,
5 or
I
6
Too
is
easy.
close.
Dude.
It was
I-
close.
I actually knew this one.
They have not. If they had brought home one of those recent ones that they've been to,
What was the
would be a
answer?
different story. It was 5.
5.
5 was the
5?
correct
Okay.
answer.
Okay.
5
For some
Super Bowl
reason-
wins.
For some reason, because I know there's a bunch of them with 6, and for some reason I thought they were.
Yeah.
But
It's
yeah.
I don't-
very
I
tight
think
race. It's
only
a very
one
tight
At
race.
6. I think it's only Pats at 6.
There's 2 at 6, 2 at
there
5,
is.
2 at 4, and then it's just like a race. But
I know the Cowboys. Don't they have 4?
they have
4 or
5
5?
actually.
Oh, they have 5.
Yeah,
Wow.
they're tied with the 49ers, which is funny because they were absolutely rivals in the 90s.
I knew they were up. Yeah, the whole
Deion Sanders
Owens,
era.
Deion Sanders, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Classic.
Terrell Owens. I think
Yeah.
was his name. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was the
That was the whole putting the
greatest
football down on the.
greatest wide receiver of all time, Jerry Rice. There it is, Jerry Rice.
Oh,
that
it
was the
was
Jerry
Jerry
Rice
Rice.
era. Joe Montana for some of them.
Yep.
But
DJ.
Valera taking the lead up to 1960.
Yes, sir.
Luis
Gotta
staying
get my head
put
back in the game here.
with 980. Still a one-question game as we roll into another quiz question. How many Super Bowl wins do the Bears have? 2, 3, 1, or 0?
And I wanted to say
Oh!
I wanted to say 0 so bad.
I did say 0. I mean,
It's close. 1 was the correct answer. You can never forget about the most legendary Bears team of all time.
I wanted to say 0
Was
so
it
bad.
Walter Payton on that one?
Yeah.
No. This was Mike Ditka with the unstoppable defense. Oh, I can't remember they had this linebacker. I can't remember his name. I
Dick
think
Butkus?
Oh yeah.
Was that it?
I think Dick
No, I don't
Butkus
think
was
so.
before that era. He might have. No. He was before that era. Yeah, I think Dick Butkus was in the era of like they barely had helmets, if I remember right. But I mean they had helmets. He was like the first era of like having a helmet that wasn't like leather. But this was like they had like 5 all defensive first team players. I mean they were like insane. And they were just murdering people. I mean, it was insane. There's a really good documentary on it. One of those NFL films. If you ever get in the grind, if you're ever just on YouTube, just look up NFL films and you'll be stuck for like 5 hours. They have so much interesting stuff. All right, we've got a big lead here early for Valera, but it's still
right now.
early in the game. Still
Super
very early.
Super early.
Question 5, true or false? The Browns will win a Super Bowl. True or false?
Wow.
It was false because the Browns will never win a Super Bowl. They are cursed.
They're
They
so bad.
are
bro.
cursed.
Dude,
Luis
I
getting
think
some
you're-
much needed points on the
I
board.
think you're absolutely wrong about that.
Well, they would have done it. They've had plenty of chances in the last couple of years.
They've gotten was recently, and I don't see them bringing Baker Mayfield back.
No, I hope they don't.
I mean,
I
they
hope
need a big change.
Every
there.
time
They're-
they have like some of the greatest players in the league, they always end up blowing it. Every time.
The thing is, bro, there are so many good quarterbacks right now in free agency. They've got to make a push for one that they think they can actually get them to the playoffs here.
Yeah.
Speaking of someone that needs a quarterback, Steelers.
Well, Falcons.
No comment. No comment.
All of our teams need quarterbacks. I don't know if any of us have the right
That's
to.
true.
All of us really. It's like kind of desperate too. We
Oh,
desperately.
you guys gonna have Rudolph?
I hope not.
I hope
I
not.
think we're
either.
going with. I think we're going with Sam Darnold again. Gulp.
Oh gosh.
Okay. At least
I
I'm
mean,
not
to
in
be
that
fair,
boat.
to be fair, I mean, his career was doomed when he got drafted by the Jets. Regardless of how much star talent he actually had, his career was doomed from that second. Who knows? Zach Wilson could have been a Super Bowl MVP, but now he's on the Jets, so it's never going to happen. And you'll note there's not going to be a single Jets question because they're the Jets. Question number 6. What year was the NFL established? 1963, 1942, 1930, or 1920?
Let's get it.
1920 is
Get
when
it.
they. Oh God. 1920 is when
Old.
they allowed women to
Vote,
smoke.
yeah. No,
No,
not
vote. And 1921 is when they allowed women to smoke.
interesting.
So there's no
Fun
way.
fact there from
That is
Valera.
a fun fact. You
I
can
didn't
fact
know
check
that.
me if you want to.
Ooh, I do appreciate that you guys went with the older dates, though. If you had said 1963, I would have been a little disappointed.
They just
Um,
had their 100-year
Was it 1942?
celebration.
yeah, a while ago. It was the 2020, I think.
Oh, it was 1920.
It was
Yeah, it
1920 was the
'cause
correct
They
answer.
had those cool patches on during that time.
I didn't think that they 1920s. That's crazy.
Yeah.
isn't that
Luis
crazy?
moving into first by just a small margin with 2,891 points to Valera's 2,877 points.
We got this. We got this.
Just going
No.
back and forth here.
I'm totally not sweating.
I think the highest point total we've ever had on the show was, I want to say, in the 9,000s. I'll have that.
Oh,
I'll have that. I'll have a correct number for next episode, or by the
We'll both get
mid-season
there.
finale.
We'll
have
both get there.
we'll
We'll
have our
both get there.
record to go for.
Get it?
But you guys are fighting right now. Good scores. Yeah, the NFL's old. I feel like people forget that the NFL has been around for a long time. The Super Bowl has not been
Not.
yeah, the
around
Super
as
Bowl is
long though.
Yeah.
And that gets us to our next question. What year did the first Super Bowl take place? 1967, 1942, 1960, or 1970? Like how I rolled into that question there? Ooh,
That was hard.
one right, one wrong. 1967 was the correct answer. And Luis is
Joking.
on
I'm
fire!
I'm
On
joking
fire.
like the Falcons
You
always
did. You went from an almost 2,000 point lead to being down by almost 1,000. Luis has a
That's
hot
all.
streak. The best
good.
we've seen on hot streaks, last week Charles had 2 hot streaks, and that catapulted him to a win. So
Dang.
let's see if the
I got-
fire
I got-
continues. But
So how many was it? How many was it?
2 separate hot streaks, and you
Okay,
need so
let's
it's
get
3 in a row to get a hot streak.
Okay.
But I will say he only ended up getting like 7 total questions right, so it was literally like 2 hot
Yeah.
streaks is all he did. But nonetheless, it was impressive and has not been done yet. Cool thing to think about though, that the NFL started in 1920, but the first Super Bowl, which is easily the biggest thing about football, didn't get started until 1967, and it wasn't really that cool when it first started until like 1970, I believe. But isn't that cool to think about?
Yeah, that is. Super Bowl 56 just happened, so I just did the math. I was feeling
Oh yeah, yeah. There we go. Yeah, I wasn't gonna.
math goes the best there.
I always forget. I only get reminded whenever we hit a 5 or a 10 kind of a year, you know? Like Super Bowl 50, I remember that. Super Bowl 55, remember that. Super Bowl 56, though, not as cool. Quiz question number 8. What year was the
I know
Super
this one.
Bowl blackout?
This was in the Cowboys
2010,
Stadium.
2013,
Oh my God, what
2014,
year?
or 2012?
This was literally during the Cowboys
This
Stadium.
this is a question we should all know.
No.
I
Oh my
didn't think
God.
so.
No right answers. But you know what's funny is that was the 2012 season, but it was the 2013
2013.
Super Bowl. So
Oh, I feel like we should get half a point for that, but that's cool.
if I could, I wouldn't, but I'd think about it.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry about that. That's a tough
Crazy
one.
time though. That was crazy.
That was I remember just
That was San Francisco and
Oh,
Baltimore.
that was San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll never forget just how many New Girl promos they did. Like they just kept throwing out promos. And like the willpower of the 5 sportscasters to just keep going because they just had to hold the airtime as they somehow tried to get the power back on.
That was Colin Kaepernick's
Was
like
it-
the last like actually decent year, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah. When I was looking this question up, one of the first things that the link said was that this saved Colin Kaepernick's legacy, and I thought that was interesting because I don't really look at it like that, but I don't know if I look at it like that, but it was a cool game nonetheless. The brothers, the coaching brothers.
They came back, right? They came back.
No, I think the Ravens won.
The Ravens won. That was the year. Yeah, that was the year.
Yeah, it was a comeback though.
49ers destroyed the Falcons in the playoffs, and the Falcons were like the 1 seed.
Yeah.
That was a hard year.
Yeah, you guys were unstoppable in the regular season that year.
Choking.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just their thing. That's what I'm doing right now in this game.
It was a crazy Super Bowl. Like I just remember they just kept talking about the Harbaugh brothers going against each other like it was going to be like the most insane thing.
They said they didn't talk to each other for like weeks after it happened.
Oh yeah, dude. I would probably be a little salty, but I'd still congratulate my brother. I mean,
Yeah, for real.
I mean, he beat him so bad he beat him back to college coaching.
That is true.
You beat him all the way back to Michigan, bro. So that is tough. That is tough. And I love Jim Harbaugh, the Ravens coach. I think he's cool, and I think he's made them such like a tough grit and grind team. Like they've had some very cool eras of teams, and he made people question: is Joe Flacco an elite quarterback or not? Which is probably one of the most underrated coaching accomplishments we've ever seen.
I think Joe Flacco was elite. I do. I think that he really dropped off because he got old, but he also did have a pretty stellar team. His defense was just Ed Reed and Ray Lewis. Are you kidding me? On the same defense, like not only in college.
He had some
but
good
in NFL
running backs too. Ray Rice.
I mean Ray Rice before he knocked out his lady.
Yeah. And an altercation in the elevator.
Yeah.
But all right, enough with the Ravens and their mishaps. Let's roll to question 9. True or false? Bill Belichick has secret powers. That's an easy true. Come on.
It's a super easy true, but I thought you were gonna trick us. I'm not gonna lie.
I was gonna make the question Bill Belichick wins more games with no sleeves, but I couldn't find a good way to word it.
It's so true though. He always rolls up his sleeves.
Or
interesting statistic to find.
Well, this one was true, like just opinion. I wasn't gonna have that be factual. I bet someone's recorded that stat though. Bill Belichick.
That's for everything, bro.
Bill Belichick with cutoff sleeves, 100% win ratio. Bill Belichick in hoodie, 0%. Luis with a big lead here, 4,698 to Valera's still puny 2,877 points.
It's all good. It's all good.
I don't think you've scored since I want to say question 3. You're on a roll. You were on a roll.
Nah, no worries.
We still got a lot of game left though, and reminder: the last 3 questions are worth double points, and they're all opinion. So be looking out for those. We're gonna roll in to question 10. Quiz question: how many defensive players have won the MVP award? 4, 3, 1, or 2? Now, if there was a toughest question on this show, it would.
I think I got this.
It might be this one.
I don't know. I genuinely don't. Which sucks.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Valera getting it. 2 was the correct answer.
Really? Who was it?
It was Alan Page in 1971, and probably the best defensive player of all time, Lawrence Taylor in the 80s, I believe. Maybe the 90s. No, I think it was the 80s. This man was a menace. I think more impressive, though, Alan Page won it from the defensive end spot, which just sounds extraordinarily hard to do.
Joey Bosa will do it. Bosa will do it.
I just feel like a quarterback will
do it.
A quarterback will always win it.
I'm okay with that too.
I just feel like a quarterback will always win it unless you are shutting down every single quarterback you play. Like every time you play quarterback, you are making them fumble it 3 times. They're putting up no yards. Like that's how good you have to play.
Unpopular opinion here. In my eyes, I think Cooper Kupp should have probably been in more of a conversation for the NFL MVP this year.
Ooh, yeah.
I
That's a
think
spicy
that Aaron
debate.
Rodgers definitely earned it, but at the same time, Cooper Cup is a wide receiver. Okay, he's not gonna have the same like. It's kind of hard to judge. Like a quarterback's gonna have all these
Mhm.
yards and all these touchdowns and all these receptions, and Cooper Cup's just getting yards and receptions, but he's not
Yeah.
he's not leading the team down the field. But I think he's gonna have to make a bigger stride if he's gonna want to take that MVP award.
Yeah, I thought the same thing about. It's funny that they're both Rams, but I thought the same thing about Todd Gurley the year they went to the Super Bowl. The
He was good for a brief stint. Yeah.
I mean, it was just like his season was great, and then they didn't even use him in the playoffs. So like, I was thinking like, and I had him in fantasy, so maybe I'm a little biased, but like, I just felt like he had such an incredible year, and they weren't even thinking about him. I mean, he was up there, I think, actually for it, but yeah, Cooper Kupp put up a legendary season. If he had broken the 2,000 mark barrier, I think he would have been top 3 for the MVP award. Sadly, probably still wouldn't have won it, but yeah, he put up an insane year this season, and he played incredible in the playoffs, proving that I think cementing his legacy as just an absolute stud this season. But yeah, Luis still in the lead, 10 questions in, but Valera making a bit of a comeback. Let's see if he can get a hot streak going.
All right, let's get it.
As we've got about a 900-point swing as we roll into question 11. Quiz question. How many MVP awards has Tom Brady won? 7, 4, 3, or 8?
Oh God.
This is tough. Not how many
At least-
Super Bowl wins, how many MVP awards?
It's gotta be.
How many
gotta be
most valuable player awards has Thomas
It's gotta be 7.
Brady won?
It's gotta be 7.
7, 4,
I
3,
think it was
or 8. And you both get it right. 3 is the correct answer.
I was
Dang.
trying to mind games with Louise over here.
It's almost
Well, I knew it wasn't 7. I knew that.
No, that would be insane.
yeah. It's almost impressive how few MVP awards he has, because he literally most of the time does not have to try during the season
That's
because
fine.
his team is so good usually. And I think that's like it's even more of a telling thing of like why he's kind of like the GOAT without having to show it most of the time.
I will say I'm definitely interested to see at some point in our lifetimes if we're gonna see a Tom Brady award for best quarterback of the NFL.
Ooh, if they
Like,
made
you know how they
that.
have all the name a trophy after him,
Yeah, that would be cool. That'd be cool. They did that with Kobe Bryant. I know his situation was different, but they did that with Kobe Bryant. They made the
Rip.
All-Star MVP award. They named it after him, which I think that's really cool. That's a cool award. I mean, maybe not in football because the Pro Bowl kind of sucks, but for NBA, that's like a really sick award to get because everybody's just showing off. You can really like play hard and not play hard, and it still like be fun. Like you're just chucking up shots and like showing how that you're clearly the best players in the world. All right, but Luis in the lead with a score of 5,311 to Valera's 4,537. Good
Keeping up,
comeback.
really.
It is still anybody's game. We're moving into our last standard point question, our last factual question before we get loosey-goosey, double points a-boosey with the last 3 questions. Let's roll into number 12. Quiz question. Who has won the most MVP awards in NFL history? Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Jim Brown, or Peyton Manning? This is a tough one. I'm realizing this is a tough one. Remember MVP awards.
Let's go.
We've got one right, one wrong. Peyton Manning was the correct answer. He has won 5 MVP
With a forehead like
awards.
that, you can't not be.
That's true. He is the regular
mega mind
season
of NFL football.
Yeah, Luis getting it right. Got a big lead on Valera, a little over 1,500 with a score of 6,101. Luis, were you confident about that one, or was that kind of just a guess?
Yeah, I'm actually a pretty big Peyton Manning fan. My
Yeah.
dad always liked watching him. And
He's pretty
especially-
freaking sweet, honestly.
I really enjoyed watching him play the last couple seasons with the Denver Broncos, and I especially liked always like the memes about like how big his forehead was.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Peyton Manning is just like one of those guys that like he plays insane. He plays on a level way better than anybody else, and then like at the worst possible time to not be clutch, he is not clutch. But he's still like that guy. Like if he's not having an off day, you're gonna struggle against him. And he's got 2 rings. Like he's had a great career.
Definitely.
Like I think if he had one, like if he had as many rings as Tom Brady does, he would like undoubtedly, like Tom Brady like is undoubtedly the GOAT because of his rings, but you know if he like looked the way that Peyton Manning does when he plays, I mean, oh my God. All right.
Yeah.
Moving on to the double point questions. This is where you really can make the comeback.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Too
so
easy.
nervous.
Too easy.
I feel like Val's known you so much longer. I'm nervous.
Well, I will say, I mean, my favorite team is
These-
pretty obvious. My favorite player is pretty obvious, so I didn't leave any of those freebies out there. But I won't say these ones are as hard as what we've seen so far. So let's see how you guys fare. Starting with a true or false
go.
question, double points. Watching the NFL makes me sad more than it makes me happy.
Yeah, I knew you'd trick us. I knew it.
Are you guys kidding me? I'm talking about when my
I knew you
team.
would. I
When
knew
you're
you would.
watching your team
I knew
have a
you would.
losing season, you're not miserable. You're not like bummed out for 16 weeks.
I guess when you put it that way.
Yeah, I didn't. But I love like watching.
Yeah, I know.
NFL,
There's,
so.
yeah, there's always something interesting happening in the NFL.
That's true. That's true. All right. Yeah, it's really more of the fandom part. Like of course you're still loving it. You know, you're not gonna stop watching because it's making you sad. If anything, you're gonna watch more and pray to whatever gods that you hold dear to yourself and hope that your team can get a win this Sunday.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I get it. I mean, when Ben Roethlisberger retired, I mean,
It's
he
tough.
was just kind of like watching me sob in front of the TV, and
Oh.
that was pretty sad.
Dude,
Yeah.
when Luke Kuechly just decided to retire incredibly early, I've never felt more like we're doomed. Like we just went to the Super Bowl. Like why? Why would you do this to us? But you know that's
Yeah.
just how it goes. All right, we're gonna roll into the second last question, quiz question, double points. Who is the most lovable NFL player in history? Larry Fitzgerald, Walter Payton, Calvin Johnson, or Tom Brady? It's Larry
feel like-
Fitz. It's got to be
yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald. I know I had his picture up there, but I had a picture of Calvin Johnson there. I was like, hold on, let me see if I can find Larry Fitz on here. I think everybody
I almost got that one wrong.
loves Larry Fitzgerald. He is just
I feel like Pat McAfee would have been a good one for that one too.
ooh, yeah. He's like he's not controversial, but like he's like hot with the takes, you know? Like he's not afraid to
Exactly.
offend anybody. Where Larry Fitz,
He's a really good punter too.
yeah, and he was a really good punter. Where Larry Fitz is just like an unstoppably nice person. Like
That's facts.
incredible
He's a
player.
beautiful smile too.
He's got a great smile. Great dreads, great
It's
smile.
Nice teeth. I mean, dude, they're pearly whites.
Yeah. Dude, he's absolutely shredded too. I mean, obviously,
He
but
is
like
jacked.
he is
He's old, too.
jacked. Yeah, now he's getting up there. He didn't retire early. I mean, he stayed
He's
in.
technically still a free agent.
Really? Oh, I hope he
Yeah.
gets picked up. Dude, I hope the Panthers just like put him on the roster and we win a Super Bowl. That's the only reason I was cheering for the Cardinals for a little while was because like I was like, dude, I'd love to see Larry Fitz get a Super Bowl before retiring. Like I just like he's one of the guys where I think everybody would be like happy to see him like hold up the Lombardi trophy and
I
like
thought they were
gonna
go to
be
the Super Bowl whenever they were playing versus it was Carolina was playing Arizona, and I thought Arizona was going to beat them, and then Carolina went to the Super Bowl versus Denver that year.
Oh yeah. That was a really close one. They just didn't
Yeah, that
have
was.
like their team kind of like started falling apart right in the playoffs.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, that was a really good playoffs, really bad Super Bowl. Super defensive, super boring. And it was my team, RP. All right. rolling into the last question. Val, you need the comeback here. What is my favorite team in the AFC currently? Ravens, Chargers, Bills, or Bengals?
Too easy. If I'm wrong,
I do not think this is too easy. I actually had a tough time just deciding.
Oh my goodness, are you kidding?
Oh, wow! It was the Chargers.
Oh, interesting. Justin. I knew that because you like Austin Eckler. And,
I love Austin Eckler. I love Justin Herbert. I love Keenan Allen.
I did too. That's what I put.
So when I was making this, the Bills were my answer before I wrote in all the other answers. And then I started really thinking about AFC teams. I was like, oh, I love the Ravens. I love the Chargers. I like the Bengals. I think they were just like my cheese pick. Like I thought you guys would think it was them. But then I like really started thinking, I was like, the Chargers are that team that I always root for, at least nowadays. Like their team is so cool. All right, we're going to go to the podium here. I think it's safe to say we know who got the dub here. In second place, Valera with a score of 6,417 and 6 out of 15 questions right. In first place, Luis with 8,667 points. With 8 out of 15 questions right. Congratulations, Luis.
That's not too bad. Thank you. Hey, good run, Val. That was fun.
You too. It was fun.
That was
good
much
time.
Closer than it ended. A lot of back and forth. Great game. Thank you both for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
If you guys have anything you want to shout out, now's the time to do so.
Hey, go Birds. They got the next Super Bowl.
Oh.
Just kidding. I just want to first.
I just want to thank everybody out there supporting me through this long journey.
There are a lot
it's
of
been
support.
A long time coming. And I'm really thankful. I just want to thank my boys back at home, and I just want to thank the troops. Both sides.
Both sides. Okay. Thank you both for coming on, Valera. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing you again.
Yeah,
maybe in the second half of the show. Who knows what's going to happen? Maybe the execs pull us. Luis, we will be seeing you back for the mid-season finale where you'll be competing against all of our winners so far. We've got one more episode coming up before that, though. But stay tuned. Be excited for that. Week 6, which this is week 4, will be the mid-season finale. All right, but thank you both for coming. Really glad we could have you guys on today.
Yerp.
Congratulations.
Thank you again.
Congratulations. All right, what am I doing here? We're just having ourselves just a heck of a time here.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Wow, you really gave me a run for my money there.
Dude, honestly, I messed up a few simple questions, and I wish I took it back. But other than that, like, I don't know. It was fun.
Good questions. Good questions, yeah.
All right, guys, we're going to be signing off here. That was Trivia with Opinions. Thank you to our contestants, Val and Luis, for joining us today and playing a tough match of NFL intellectual questions. We'll see you next week for another exciting battle of facts and fiction.